You've heard of the legendary black soul music artists who have passed away, but do you really know the stories behind them? What if we told you that these voices that changed the music industry weren't just famous for their talent, but also for their extraordinary lives that overcame countless obstacles? They battled adversity, broke boundaries, and lived lives of unspoken emotion. From the most painful moments to resounding victories, they didn't just shop around singing. They lived by their souls. Get ready to discover the untold truths behind these iconic soul music figures. Do you really know the legendary story of your favorite artist? Which soul artist impressed you the most? Leave a comment, like, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. Aretha Franklin, dubbed the Queen of Soul, is one of the greatest and most influential vocalists in music history. Born on March 25, 1942, in Memphis, Tennessee, Aretha's musical talent was evident from a young age, particularly within her religiously minded family. Growing up with her father, C.L. Franklin, a renowned Baptist minister, Aretha Franklin was exposed to gospel music and began singing in church. This environment nurtured her powerful, emotionally rich voice and fostered a deep connection with music. For Aretha, music was not just art, but the voice of her soul. Her professional recording career began at age 18 when she signed with Columbia Records. However, her biggest turning point came in 1967 when she joined Atlantic Records and released the album I Never Loved a Man, The Way I Love You. This album quickly propelled Aretha Franklin to the height of her fame, ushering in the most glorious period of her career. With her unique blend of gospel, R&B, and pop, Aretha created timeless songs such as Respect, Think, Chain of Fools, and You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. These songs were not only commercially successful, but also became cultural icons, closely associated with the feminist and civil rights movements in America. Throughout her career, Aretha Franklin won 18 Grammy Awards and was the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987. Although she passed away on August 16, 2018, at the age of 76 from pancreatic cancer, the legacy of the Queen of Soul lives on, continuing to inspire generations worldwide. Whitney Houston was one of the greatest and most influential voices in the history of popular music. She was born on August 9, 1963, in Newark, New Jersey, into a family with a long musical tradition. Her mother, Cissy Houston, was a renowned gospel singer, and her cousin, Dionne Warwick, was a legend of pop and R&B. Surrounded by music from a young age, Whitney's talent was evident early on. At the age of 11, Whitney sang in the children's choir at New Hope Baptist Church in Newark. Her clear, powerful voice and natural stage presence quickly made her stand out. In the early 1980s, Whitney Houston was discovered by Clive Davis, president of Arista Records, opening the door to a brilliant professional career. In 1985, her debut album, Whitney Houston, was released and quickly propelled her to global superstardom, with hits like The Greatest Love of All and How Will I Know. Her second album, Whitney 1987, further solidified her dominance in pop and R&B music with hits such as I Wanna Dance with Somebody and Didn't. We Almost Have It All. Whitney's voice was praised for its power, purity, and rare emotional depth. Beyond music, Whitney Houston also achieved success in film, particularly with her leading role in the 1992 film, The Bodyguard. Her song I Will Always Love You from the film became one of the best-selling singles of all time. Throughout her career, she won 6 Grammy Awards and dozens of other prestigious awards. Despite her brilliant career, Whitney Houston's personal life was full of ups and downs. She passed away on February 11, 2012, at the age of 48. Her death shocked the world, but Whitney's legacy, her unparalleled voice, genuine emotion, and immense influence will be remembered forever. Luther Vandross, born April 20th, 1951 in New York City, is one of the greatest R&B and soul artists of all time. He is known for his smooth, emotional voice and his ability to convey love, pain, and human vulnerability through music. Growing up in an art-loving family, particularly under the profound influence of his mother, Mary, Ida Vandross, Luther nurtured a passion for singing from a young age. In his youth, Luther participated in the church choir where his voice was honed and developed. He later studied at Western Michigan University to further his musical knowledge and skills. In the late 1970s, Luther Vandross began his professional career as a backing vocalist and recorded commercials collaborating with major artists such as David Bowie and Barbra Streisand. A major turning point in his career came in 1981 with the release of his debut album, Luther. The album quickly became a huge success, catapulting Luther Vandross to stardom thanks to his romantic ballads and expressive vocals. Songs like Never, Too Much, and Don't You Know that solidified his position in the R&B music scene. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Luther continued to release many successful albums such as Forever for Always for Love, Give Me the Reason and Any Love, earning him 8 Grammy Awards. Luther Vandross's music not only captivated R&B audiences but also resonated widely with the general public. Despite facing numerous health problems and passing away on July 1, 2005 at the age of 54, Luther Vandross's legacy lives on. His love songs continue to resonate as proof of a voice that touches the hearts of millions around the world. Teddy Pendergrass, born on March 26, 1950 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, is one of the most emotionally expressive R&B and soul singers in American music. With his powerful, deep, and soulful voice, he became a musical icon of the 1970s and 1980s, captivating millions of listeners worldwide. From a young age, Teddy Pendergrass showed a passion for singing, participating in the church choir where his mother, a gospel singer, directly guided and inspired him. This early exposure to gospel music profoundly influenced his vocal style, helping him develop the ability to express strong, deep, and sincere emotions. Teddy first gained widespread public recognition when he became the lead singer of the legendary band Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. His emotionally charged vocals contributed to classic hits like If You Don't Know Me By Now and Wake Up. Everybody songs that became iconic in the soul music of the 1970s. Following his success with the group, Teddy Pendergrass began his solo career. In 1977 with his debut album, Teddy Pendergrass. Subsequent albums quickly solidified his position as an R&B legend with a series of popular songs such as Turn Off the Lights, Close the Door, and Love, TKO. His music is associated with romance, passion, and lyrical ballads that touch the hearts of listeners. In 1982, Teddy's life took a tragic turn when he was involved in a serious car accident that left him paralyzed from the waist down. Despite facing immense physical challenges, he persevered and returned to music, becoming a symbol of resilience and the spirit of overcoming adversity. Teddy Pendergrass passed away on January 13, 2010, at the age of 59 due to complications from colon cancer. Though gone, his name and voice live on as an embodiment of the enduring passion and spirit of classic R&B and soul music. Donny Hathaway, born January 20th, 1945 in Chicago, Illinois, is a talented musician, singer, and composer, considered one of the most emotionally expressive voices in R&B and soul music. He grew up in a family with a musical tradition, with his mother being a gospel singer who introduced music to him from an early age. From a young age, Donny Hathaway was strongly influenced by gospel and jazz music, the latter two genres forming the foundation of his unique musical style. He attended Howard University, where his musical talent continued to develop and where he connected with many important figures in the music industry. A turning point in Donny Hathaway's career came in the late 1960s when he signed with Atlantic Records. His debut album, Everything is Everything, released in 1970, received critical acclaim, particularly for the song The Ghetto, a sophisticated blend of social commentary and profound musical emotion. Hathaway's style was distinguished by its rich harmonies, refined orchestration, and heartfelt lyrics. He was also widely known for his classic duets with Roberta Flack on songs like Where is the Love and You've Got a Friend. In addition, his solo works, such as A Song for You for All We Know, and This Christmas have become timeless classics, beloved by generations. Despite his successful career, Donny Hathaway faced persistent mental health challenges that significantly impacted his life and work. He passed away in 1979 at the age of 33, leaving behind a deep sense of loss in the music world. Despite his short career, Donny Hathaway is remembered as an icon of soul, an artist capable of conveying sincerity, vulnerability, and intense passion through his melodies. His musical legacy continues to inspire artists and listeners worldwide. Phyllis Hyman, born July 6, 1949 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, is one of the most emotionally expressive R&B and soul singers of the 1970s and 1980s. Growing up in a music-loving family, her passion for singing blossomed early in her life. She attended the Philadelphia School of Creative Arts, where she honed her vocal skills and quickly became a prominent figure in the local music community. Possessing a warm, deep contralto voice and a rare elegance, Phyllis Hyman quickly made an impression as a backing vocalist and songwriting collaborator. Her career breakthrough came in the mid-1970s when she collaborated with producer Norman Connors on the album You Are My Starship. The song Betcha by Golly, Wow brought Phyllis Hyman to wider public attention and opened up a promising solo career. In the years that followed, she became one of the leading female vocalists of R&B, soul, and jazz, beloved for her ability to convey loneliness, love, and human vulnerability through her lyrics. Phyllis Hyman's music possessed a refined beauty, maturity, and profound emotional depth. Despite her many artistic achievements, Phyllis Hyman faced personal and mental health challenges throughout her life. She passed away in 1995, leaving behind deep sorrow for her fans. Her legacy lives on through her emotionally charged ballads, affirming her as one of the most sincere and memorable soul singers in history. Natalie Cole, born on February 6, 1950 in Los Angeles, California, is a renowned R&B, soul, and pop singer and the daughter of jazz legend Nat King Cole. Growing up in a family steeped in music, Natalie was exposed to jazz, blues, and R&B early on and was deeply influenced by her father's artistic legacy. Natalie Cole's career took off in the mid-1970s when she signed with Capitol Records. Her debut album, Inseparable, released in 1975, was a quick success with the hit song This Will Be propelling her to international stardom. Her smooth, warm voice and blend of pop soul and R&B styles helped Natalie forge a unique identity, setting her apart from the overwhelming shadow of her father. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Natalie Cole continued to achieve success with several notable albums. In particular, her 1991 album, Unforgettable with Love, a moving tribute to Nat King. Cole became a major milestone in her career. The album garnered numerous prestigious awards, including 6 Grammy Awards, and helped Natalie win over a new generation of audiences. Despite facing difficult periods in her personal life and health, Natalie Cole demonstrated admirable resilience in continuing to pursue her music. She passed away on December 31, 2015, at the age of 65. Natalie Cole's legacy lies not only in her timeless songs, but also in how she both honored her father's legacy and asserted her own position as one of the greatest voices in R&B and soul. Sylvester James Jr., commonly known by his stage name Sylvester, was born on September 6, 1947, in Los Angeles, California. He was one of the brightest icons of the disco era and a pioneer with a profound influence on the LGBTQ+ community in popular music. From a young age, Sylvester showed a passion for singing and found solace in gospel music while singing at church. In the 1970s, Sylvester moved to San Francisco, the center of creativity, freedom, and the burgeoning LGBTQ+ movement. There he joined several soul and funk groups before forming his own band, Sylvester and the Hot Band. With his distinctive voice capable of seamlessly transitioning between deep bass and soaring falsetto, Sylvester quickly became an unmistakable artist. The major breakthrough in his career came in 1978 with the album Sylvester, most notably the song You Make Me Feel Mighty Real. This song quickly became a classic disco anthem dominating dance floors and bringing Sylvester a massive global fan base. Other songs like Dance, Disco Heat and I, who have nothing further solidified his position in the dance and pop music scene. Not only was he outstanding for his music, Sylvester also made a strong impression with his bold performance style, flamboyant fashion sense, and absolute self-confidence. As one of the earliest openly gay black artists in mainstream music, he became an icon of freedom, tolerance, and boundless love. Although his career was cut short, Sylvester passed away in 1988 at the age of 41. His legacy lives on Sylvester's music. Not only shaped the disco era, but also paved the way for diversity, acceptance, and pride in popular culture, making him a timeless legend. James Ambrose Johnson Jr., also known as Rick James, born February 1st, 1948 in Buffalo, New York, is one of the most iconic and innovative figures in funk, soul, and R&B music. His music is an explosive blend of funk rock, catchy groove, and distinctive lyrics, helping to shape the sound of the late 1970s and 1980s. After a challenging childhood and a stint in the Navy, James returned to Detroit, where he began performing with bands like the Minor Birds before finding his own unique style. His 1978 debut album, Come Get It with the Hit, You and I put Rick James on the music map with his deep, captivating voice and unmistakable stage presence. The peak of his career came with the album Street Songs, 1981, highlighted by the hit song Super Freak, a global icon of pop and funk culture. Other hits like Give It to Me, Baby Mary Jane, and Cold Blooded further solidified his status alongside legends like Prince and Michael Jackson. Rick James was not only outstanding in music but also an icon of boldness with his wild performance style, extravagant fashion sense, and strong personality. Despite facing numerous personal challenges, including drug addiction and legal troubles, he remained beloved by fans for his talent and unique musical spirit. Rick James passed away on August 6, 2004, leaving behind an immortal musical legacy. His songs, especially Super Freak, remain iconic of funk music and a testament to his extraordinary personality, explosive creativity, and unmistakable vitality in music. Tammy Terrell, whose real name was Thomasina Winifred Montgomery, was born on April 29, 1945, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She was one of the most outstanding and impactful vocalists in Motown's history. Growing up in a music-loving family, Terrell showed early talent and passion for singing, attending the Philadelphia High School for Creative and Performing Arts, where she honed her warm, expressive voice. Her career truly took off when she signed with Motown Records in the mid-1960s and began collaborating with Marvin Gaye. Their duets such as Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Your Precious Love and If I Could Build My Whole World Around You became classics, combining Gaye's smooth vocals and Terrell's powerful delivery, breathing new life into Motown's soul music. However, her brilliant career was interrupted by a brain tumor in 1967. Despite undergoing surgery and her declining health, Tammy Terrell continued to record and perform with unwavering spirit. Sadly, she passed away on March 16, 1970, at the age of 24, leaving a huge void in the soul music world. Tammy Terrell's legacy lives on through her unforgettable duets with Marvin Gaye and her invaluable contributions to Motown. Her emotional voice and ability to convey genuine feelings continue to inspire generations of artists and soul music lovers worldwide. She remains an icon of talent and passion for music. Marvin Gaye, born April 2, 1939 in Washington, D.C., was one of the most pioneering and influential artists in the history of R&B, soul, and pop. Growing up in a religious family, he began singing in a church choir where his powerful and expressive voice was noticed early on. In the late 1950s, Gaye moved to Detroit, Michigan, and began working with Motown Records, where he quickly rose to prominence. His 1960s hits, such as Ain't No Mountain High Enough and I Heard It Through the Grapevine, solidified his status as the Prince of Motown, thanks to his smooth voice and ability to connect deeply with listeners. In 1971, the album What's Going On propelled Marvin Gaye to legendary status, blending soul music with messages about society, war, and the environment, becoming one of the classic albums in American music history. Throughout the 1970s, he continued to innovate with albums like Let's Get It On and I Want You, exploring themes of love, sensuality, and passion, while incorporating genres such as soul funk and pop. However, Gaye's personal life was turbulent, marked by depression, drug addiction, and marital problems. Tragically, on April 1, 1984, Marvin Gaye passed away at the age of 44 after an argument with his father. Nevertheless, his musical legacy and cultural impact live on, inspiring generations of artists and listeners and making him a great icon of music and society. It's clear that their music is not merely entertainment, but also an expression of emotion, personality, and profound life experiences. Each voice, each melody, tells a unique story about passion, resilience in the face of adversity, tragic losses, and the desire to connect with listeners. Even though many of their lives ended prematurely or they faced personal hardships, their music endures, continuing to inspire future generations. Their contributions and legacy have shaped R&B, soul, and funk, making them legends and unforgettable icons in the history of world music.